Hello everyone, welcome back to Talking Reds, and in this episode we are going to be talking about money. And where is our money? Where is Liverpool's money? No one knows. We're still searching for Caicedo money. I've looked back down the back of my sofa. I've looked in my wallet. There's not in the wallet, but I'm just, where is this money? Is it in a Swiss bank account potentially? Because right now we are breaking records. We are breaking revenue records. We are breaking sponsorship deal records. We're constantly getting new sponsorships. The adidas have just signed a big multi-million-dollar deal for Liverpool Football Club to sponsor us, and we're still nowhere near addressing these contract situations. We're still not addressing certain issues in the team in terms of transfers and recruitments and strengthening. And in the summer, we'll say, "Oh, we'll wait for the summer," and summer will come around, and it'll be the same regurgitated shit that comes out from the journalists. And I saw a fantastic thread, by the way, yesterday on Twitter. So shout out to Mo Shatra for this thread. I read it all, and it was absolutely sensational. I spoke to Mo Shatra himself about PR, about FSG spins on things, and he absolutely calls out the PR and the way that journalists don't say anything. They don't say anything, and they don't look at it a different way. And he's absolutely spot on. Like, and he said, "Look, we could praise FSG for certain things, but don't take the piss out of us." Basically, so the major news that came out this week, Patricia, was, and it was funny how enough it came out at the time it did, was that Liverpool have broken revenue records again, 700 million pounds record breaking, and we have no PSR financial rules concerns at all. Basically, we can spend. And the news that came out the other day was James Pearce saying again, yes, we've got the money to spend, but we're only seeing it when it makes financial sense, or an opportunistic signing, as it were. First things first, Patricio. I know it makes me laugh. It makes me laugh that people believe this shit anymore. Where is the money?
Yeah, we've been asking that for a long time, especially I think it was a couple of seasons ago. We had that 250 million war chest that we were treasure chest that we heard about. That war chest. But
that same war chest that keeps popping around every summer. Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, they have to sprinkle it a little bit. So that's a little white lie, and I don't know. It just seems to keep rolling on. Like, we think, because the season that we signed, like Soboslai, paid off his 60 million release clause, and then we've obviously bought McAllister like 40. I think that was good then, because we were calling up for midfielders way before then for years.
Yeah.
And eventually they heard us, and then stuff was done about it. It seems like now, although with Richard Hughes and nothing seems to be happening, the fact that I forgot his name just a moment. He's like our football CEO now.
Yeah, Michael Edwards. Yeah.
There you go, Michael Edwards. There you go. Yeah, he's dealing obviously with Nunes not being able to obviously go somewhere else, go to Saudi, when we could have had 70 mil there. So it just seems that we're not going to see this money that they speak of, like the 30 mil for Doak. Even if he sold, we wouldn't see it. It didn't seem like it's reinvested. Like, we're getting players like Endo, Chiesa. I mean, don't get me wrong, Chiesa, had he not had his injuries and stuff, would have been a great signing.
Yeah.
Still could be, but it's just he's plagued with injuries. And I think obviously we got him for a good price, but yeah, I don't know. I think it's like we're just not seeing that money that they're so-called talking of. And how can we be a club that we're going to sell and then buy the players if we don't, buy players?
Yeah, it's crazy. I asked a question this morning in our chat. Where would we be without Coutinho under this model? Like, honestly, right? Take Barcelona being stupid and paying 140 million for him, right? For a second, if we didn't sell him for 140 million, we wouldn't have got Alisson Becker. We wouldn't have got Virgil van Dijk. We should have gone and get them anyway, because we earned enough money. As we're saying there, revenues are breaking records every single year with revenue, so we're fine for PSR.
Yeah.
We would literally sat here with no Premier League, no Champions League, and we haven't got a Coutinho to sell every year. We shouldn't have to sell a Coutinho. I've been saying this for a long, long time. We shouldn't have to sell a Coutinho. We've got record-breaking revenue every single year. We're fine with the PSR rules. We're not asking to buy a Coutinho. We're not asking to buy an 140 million pound player.
No.
But fuck me, we're not doing anything. And there was talk about Michael Edwards coming in to get a second club. Are they saving that money for a second club? Because that's not
Yeah.
fucking on if that's happening.
Well, that's the thing. The club they were going to go for, they're not even going for anymore. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. It seems to be like they haven't got a clue either. They're just trying to maximize revenue without actually putting back into the club. So yeah, it just seems like I think about it. Was it a season or two ago we could have sold Salah for 150 mil? That was talks on the table. Obviously, it didn't happen. Now we're potentially going to let our 3 best players go on a free. That doesn't seem like smart business. It really doesn't. I don't really
No,
understand
yeah,
what's going
even
on
that,
there.
yeah. If we're going to be sell to buy at least, but
It
even the
is
business
mental.
idea like that, yeah, it makes no sense, does it? It does make no sense. You
Yeah,
made a good
so
point about if we were to sell someone, say if we were to sell like Trent tomorrow for £15 million, and I get seeing this question online all the time, like, would you sell Trent for this? No, I wouldn't, because we're not
no,
guaranteed to get that money anyway. So what benefit does it have as we lose Trent and we don't get that money anyway?
we wouldn't see it. Yeah, we wouldn't see it at all. It wouldn't be reinvested in anything because like you'd like to think that they'd put it into like a Frimpong for the 40 mil if that release clause is still there. But they wouldn't reinvest it. We'll probably get some sort of player that we've never heard of from some league that's quite low down, and then just or like to be fair, if they were going to do that, we might as well just start Bradley. But it just seems like they don't even know what they're doing. They brought in the Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards back to just I don't know, just don't know where the funds are going. Yeah, I've got a clue
Play
to be
tic
honest.
tac toe, I think. Play noughts and
Yeah,
crosses.
that's what it
But
seems to be.
uh, uh, thinking about selling players, right?
Hmm.
And we talked about Nunes the other day about the offer of £70 million and it's been rejected. I've always come up with this theory. I don't know if it was just me coming up with this theory or some thinking out because I'm looking at everything that's going on. I'm thinking,
Yeah,
I think we overpriced players, right? I think we want say like 80 million for Nunes because we need to use that for then buys rather than
yeah,
say for example, say if we got sold Bendo for £10 million, but we want to play for £20 million, we'd be doing all we can to get the £20 million off it because we won't invest that £10 million in additional to pay for the player that we want. This is why we
yeah,
overprice players. This is why we hang on to players that we don't necessarily need.
yeah. And then they go for
Rejecting
free.
£70 million for him is just ridiculous.
No, it is, and the thing is, that it'll come back to bite us as well, especially if he doesn't get sold, because it's going to happen where we do end up keeping him, like you said, and then years down the line, we're going to try sell him off. He won't go for anything, and then his contract will run out, and then we've lost out on money there. And that seems to be a recurring theme. Obviously, like when Sat Vandenberg said he thought his own price tag was too high. Obviously, we did sell him in the end, but it just seems to be that they're not really thinking this for like straight. They're thinking, oh, we're going to haggle that 10 mil more for Nunes potentially, or even more than that, and then we're going to hold on to him. Nothing's going to happen, and then
Mm.
yeah, it's just money going where that could be reinvested, especially when me, you, and Reese on stream didn't even think we were going to get 50 mil for him. The 70
Yeah,
mil
yeah,
offer comes in
yeah, yeah,
and they turn it down. It just,
yeah.
the thing is though, would Richard Hughes have turned it down if he wasn't on leave? I don't know. It seems like really silly business that we've just missed out on there that we could have reinvested.
Rejecting Nunes for 70 million, for me, I think it was more on the wanting more because they need that money to pay
Yeah.
transfers. We need to sell to buy. That's what everyone's accepted, and we're now getting to the point where we're potentially losing 3 of our star players. Nunes may go, Diaz may go in the summer. We're already needing like DM, left back, centre back. Without even these 3 going, and without others potentially going as well, I think it's going to be a mad summer. And
Yeah.
a lot of people wish for this because they've accepted the way we run. So unfortunately, this is the way it is. And if we lose them 3, then it's on FSG and it's on a lot of fans for accepting it for so long. Regarding Salah and Van Dijk, though, there was something that came out the other day. A source in Saudi Arabia, Kelly Quinnan, Al Hilal have reached agreements to sign Salah and Virgil van Dijk as they become free agents in the summer. But there is talks about Al Hilal and Salah coming together and basically going in further new negotiations in terms of a personal contract. Do you see Salah joining Saudis at
Possibly.
all?
Yeah. I mean, if he doesn't get this contract, you can see he wants to stay with Liverpool. Like he said it after interviews as well, and obviously he wants a contract sorted, and it is starting to bother him. But he definitely has another season or two left in him. But if we're willing to let him go, I think he'll go where the money is. I mean, he's getting potentially towards the end of his career. I say that he probably could have a couple seasons in the Prem
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then go to
yeah,
Saudi and
definitely,
have a few years out there.
yeah.
But it just seems to be if the club isn't willing to put the effort into him and give him the time or time of day to even sort it out, contracts out with him, then why not go to Saudi, earn his money before you retire, like from footy, you know? So that might be the best bet for him. I don't see why not. I don't think any of the team in the Prem will want him for, especially the price that we're asking for and stuff. So yeah, it just seems like silly business to let him go on a free. I would love to see him for another season or two and then let him go off, but if it's not, I wouldn't be annoyed at him for wanting to go and better his life somewhere else, earn more money before he's done with footy. So yeah, it makes
It
sense.
it for me, I can't understand for the life of me. Like you said, talk about selling to buy, but then they keep these players on and let them go for free. Like
Yeah,
I think they're waiting for Salah and Van Dijk to drop off and have an excuse to let him go for free, so they don't have to pay the wages anymore. But this is what'll happen: we'll let him go free, and we won't replace them. We'll have lots of wage saved, like we have done all the time with wage. We saved a lot of wages last summer. We only bought Chiesa, so
yeah,
if we don't win this league, Patricia, if we don't win this league, then I'm gonna be absolutely fuming. We can't
yeah. No,
sustain that either. If we win the league this season, I've no faith next year to go again because of what's going on,
no.
and that shouldn't have to be thought. So yeah, but before we do go, let me know if you know where the money is. Please, you can get Scooby Doo and the gang involved in this mystery because I haven't a clue where the money is. Patricia hasn't a clue where the money is, and
No.
it's somewhere. It's absolutely somewhere. We are breaking record revenue every single year, sponsorship deals every single year, but this money is to be seen. It's absolutely to be seen. I don't think the FBI can work on this, if I'm honest. It does definitely need Scooby Doo and his gang to get
Yeah.
on this mystery. Thank you for joining me, Patricia. Thank you everyone for joining. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. If you love this kind of content, like this video, subscribe to the channel and get your notification bells on as well. For more Liverpool news, for more Liverpool content, we got the match preview out tomorrow as well, and some much more content coming out as well. Thank you for watching. Have a great night.